Hey, what's up, everyone? This is James, and today is English Reading 100 Days Challenge, Day 11. And we are going to read, yes, it's the same one, Marketing 4.0. And woohoo, it's fast. How time flies. We are already on Day 11. Hello there. Welcome. This is English Reading 100 Days Challenge, and today is day 11, and I'm gonna read Marketing 4.0 on page 230, step by step content marketing. Here we go. In essence, content marketing involves content production and content distribution. An effective content marketing campaign requires marketers to create original content in-house or to curate it from external sources. Content marketers should also distribute the content through the best mix of channels. However, the most common pitfall of a content marketing strategy is to jump right away into content production and distribution without proper pre-production and post-distribution activities. In the following subsectors, we list the 8 major steps of content marketing that marketers should follow. In each step, marketers must check all the right boxes before moving on to the next. Goal setting. Okay, the number 1 is goal setting, and number 2, audience mapping. Who are your customers and what are their anxieties and desires? Customer profiling and persona. Customer anxieties and desires. Okay, content ideation and planning, content creation and content distribution, content amplification and content marketing evaluation, content marketing improvement. Wow, I like this picture, this SOP. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot and here we go. Oh, sorry. Right. And send to my phone. Good. All right. Before embarking on a content marketing journey, marketers should define their goals clearly. Without proper objectives in place, marketers might become lost when they dive deep into content creation and distribution. Their goals should be aligned with their overall business objective and translated into key metrics against which the content marketing will be evaluated. Their goals should be aligned with their overall business objectives and translated into key metrics against which the content marketing will be evaluated. I like this paragraph. Content marketing goals can be classified into 2 major categories. The first category is sales-related goals. These include lead generation. These include lead generation, sales closing, cross-sell, upsell, and sales referral. The second category is brand-related goals. These include brand awareness, brand association, and brand loyalty and advocacy. Okay, this paragraph is pretty important as well. Most content marketers have more than one objectives in both categories. The Content Marketing Institution reveals that the most effective B2C content marketers in North America place importance on brand awareness, loyalty, and engagement as key objectives. On the other hand, B2B content marketers put more emphasis on lead generation and sales as key objectives. Defining their goals helps marketers to better design a content marketing strategy. If the objectives fall into the sales related category, marketers need to make sure the content distribution channels are well aligned with sales channels. For example, Birchbox, an online beauty product subscription service, offers tips for maintaining healthier hair in a video. Since one of the goals is sales, a shop this beauty, a shop this story panel is placed panel, P-A-N-E, panel is placed next to the video pane, allowing audience members to click and buy the products featured in the content directly if they so desire. On the other hand, if the objectives are more focused on brand metrics, marketers need to make sure that the content is always consistent with the brand's character. Example is Colgate's Oral Care Center app helps connect dentists to prospective patients, which helps to build a strong brand image in both audience groups. Step 2, audience mapping. Once the objectives has been clearly defined, marketers should determine the audiences they want to focus on. Marketers cannot simply define their audience in broad terms such as our customers, youth in general, or decision makers. Defining a specific audience subset will help marketers create sharper and deeper content, which in turn contributes to the brand's effective storytelling. As with traditional segmentation, the uh, audience parameters can be geographic, demographic, physic, psychographic, and behavioral. The ultimate parameter is often behavioral. Douglas Hout just suggests that content marketers focus on the topics that interest certain subcultures, such as homeschooling, 3D printing, bird watching, and bodybuilding, that have the tendency to gather in communities and distribute relevant content among themselves. Since most subcultures are content marketers might find non-generic content ideas. Hi there. This is Reading English 100 Days Challenge. Oh my God, you gone. Bye bye. Content ideas when observing them. Moreover, most subculture. What do you mean I do drugs? Of course I don't. Hello there. How's it going? After marketers have set their audience boundaries, they need to profile the audiences and describe their personas, which will help them imagine what the audience actually looks like in real life. Through proper research, they also need to discover their anxieties and desires or pain points and aspirations, which will define their need for specific content. Marketers should then aim to provide content that helps them to relieve their anxieties and achieve their desires. Airbnb, for instance, focuses on travelers who want to experience their destinations as locals who actually live there, not as tourists. Hello there, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. I'm gonna highlight this paragraph. You're the only one. Are you nervous? Thus, LBNB published the local list for major destination. This PDF booklet is a map guide that describes the locals will do and the favorite places they go to in a specific city. It is essentially a travel guide, but takes the point of view of a local, not of a tourist. The clearly defined audience segment help Airbnb develop content that is relevant and compelling. Step 3, content ideation and planning. The next step is to find ideas about what content to create and to perform proper planning. A combination of relevant themes, suitable formats, and solid narratives ensures a successful content marketing campaign. Hello there, can you say something? Why are you here? Well, all right. You're indifferent. All right. Okay. I'm gonna continue. All right. In finding the right thing, marketers should consider two things. First, great content has clear relevance to customers' life. With all the information clutter, the content must mean something to the audience to avoid being dismissed. It must relieve their anxieties and help them pursue their desires. It must relieve their anxieties and help them pursue their desires. Second, effective content has stories that reflect the brand's characters and codes. This means that content must become the bridge that connects the brand stories to consumers' anxieties and desires. Content can be the means for a brand to make a difference and leave a legacy, the ultimate goal of Marketing 3.0. This requires marketers to think deeply about their brand mission, what they stand for beyond the value propositions. General Electric, for example, taps into the interests of technology enthusiasts and futurists with its online magazine, Text, Text, Technologist. At the same time, it tries to create futuristic technology stories around the GE brand. Okay, marketers should also explore the content formats. Content can be presented in written formats, press release, articles, newsletters, white papers, case studies, and even books. Content can also have a more visual form: infographics, comics, interactive graphics, presentation slides, games, videos, short films, and even featured films. The Content Marketing Institution reported that over 80% of B2C companies use illustrations and photos, newsletters, videos, and website articles, whereas over 80% of B2C companies use case studies, blogs, e-newsletters, and in-person events. Given the trend towards multi-screen content marketing, 90% of all media intersections today appears on some kind of a screen according to Google. Marketers need to consider multiple formats that ensure content visibility and accessibility. Another element that marketers need to explore at the ideation and planning stage is the overall content marketing narrative. Content marketing is often episodic, with different small story arcs that support the overall storyline. While it is true that content marketing is most effective early in the consumer path, especially in building attraction and curiosity at the appeal and ask stages. The content should be distributed across the entire consumer path. The key is often building the right format mix and consequent and sequence. Step four, content creation. All the activities that we have discussed lead to the most important step, which is the content creation itself. Successfully, content marketers know that content creation is not a part-time job that can be done half-heartedly. Content creation requires a numerous commitment in terms of time and budget. If content is not high quality, original, or rich, a content marketing campaign can becomes a waste of time and sometimes backfires. Some brands choose to create the content themselves. American Express Publishing, for example, managed to publish high quality editorial content for affluent segments, which include titles such as travel plus leisure and food and wine. The publishing the publishing group was finally sold to Time Inc. when banking regulations limited its ability to grow. Content creation can indeed be a separate business by itself if it demands marketers to actually like publishers without strong writers and editors. Good in-house content producers should uphold high standards of journalism and editorial integrity, and they should not be biased toward the brand they work for. They should also learn from great Hollywood producers how to create entertaining and compelling stories. Content creation has no start and end dates. It is a continuous process that requires consistency. Therefore, marketers need to be sure that they have the in-house capabilities to deliver content over the long term. If they are not so capable, they should consider acquiring the content from external sources. The easiest way is to outsource content creation to professional content producers, journalists, scriptwriters, animators, and videographers, videographers. Another alternative is to sponsor content produced by third-party sources like event like advertising agencies. Consider this surprising fact revealed by New York Times. Readers are actually spending highly the same amount of time on sponsored posts as on stories. An example of sponsored post is an article titled "The Surprising Cost of Not Taking a Vacation" by MasterCard that discusses in detail that economic implications of having no vacations. Another possibility is to curate user-generated content. An example of this is Heineken's Ideas Brewery, brewery, in which Heineken invited customers to create and share videos that images to redefine how draft beer should be served and drunk in the future. Hey, hello there. I know you were listening. Um, can you give me some suggestions of what I'm doing here because I'm really trying to do this to improve my spoken English. Are you the same? Are you having the same goal as me, or why are you still here? I just wanted to understand who. All right, cool. Step five: content distribution. high quality content is useless unless it reaches its intended content distribution. This is also very important. High quality content is useless unless it reaches its intended audience. In a sea of content, it is easy for a particular content to get lost in transmission. And marketers need to ensure that their content can be discovered by audiences through proper content distribution. It is true that content marketing was born in the digital era. Contrary to popular belief, however, content marketing is not always performed through digital media channels. Some content formats and distribution channels are non-digital. Even digital natives use non-digital content marketing. Example include corporate book publications such as Delivering Happiness by Zappos and the Everything Story by Amazon. Moreover, B2B and B2C marketers in North America agree that in-person events provide the most effective content marketing approach. According to a survey by Content Marketing Institution, in-person events allow the more meaningful human-to-human interactions and digital content marketing lacks. There are three major category of media channels that content marketers can use: owned, paid, and earned media. Owned, paid, and earned media. A brand's own media consists of the channel assets that the brand owns and which are fully under its control. A brand can distribute content to its owned media channels anytime it wants. Owned media include corporate publications, corporate events, websites, blogs, company managed online communities, email newsletters, social media accounts, mobile phone notifications, and mobile applications that belong to the brand. These are highly targeted media whose reach is typically limited to the brand's existing customers. Even though owned media are free, building and managing them requires significant internal resources. A brand's paid media, on the other hand, are the channels that the brand pays to distribution its content. They include traditional advertising media such as the electronic media, print media, and out-of-home media, along with digital media. In the digital space, the most common paid media channels include display banners, affiliate networks of publishers, search engine listings, paid social media placements, and mobile advertising media. A brand typically pays based on the number of impressions, the number of times that the content is shown, or based on the number of actions, the number of times the audience actually follows through the actions, such as clicks, registrations, or purchases. Paid media are typically used to reach and acquire new prospective audiences in the effort to build brand awareness and drive traffic to own media channels. A brand's earned media include the coverage and exposure gained by a brand due to the word of mouth efficacy. When the quality of the content is very high, the audience often feels compelled to make them viral through social media and communities. Hence, the organic word of mouth earned media exposure can also be a result of strong public and media relations effort, creating what is known as amplified word of mouth. Earned media typically do not stand alone. They acquire owned and paid media to generate the free coverage. All right, I think that's it for today.